Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about HOMEWORX Farmstand Pumpkin. Now, this is their standard 4-wick, 18-ounce vessel. Beautiful photographic wraparound label here. I actually really like this, this label on this candle. I think that it encapsulates the fragrance that I am smelling and also just that beautiful luminary aesthetic that HOMEWORX is known for. I think that they did a really good job on the packaging of this candle. Now, I am aware that this fragrance is not completely new to the HOMEWORX lineup. In fact, it's been around for quite some time. I feel like the first time I had this candle in my collection was probably, was it 2022? I think. I believe I purchased this one for the first time in 2022. I did just recently purchase this candle. I actually bought this one in early July of this year of 2024 because even though I've had this candle in the past, I did kind of want, I remembered liking it and I wanted like a refresher of it. And so that way I could also do a post-burn review for all of you here on my channel in case you are interested in this fragrance. So the fragrance notes listed on the bottom of the candle are pumpkin puree, nutmeg, cinnamon stick, sugared tonka bean. The pour date of this candle is July 7th, 2023. Now make note of that because this candle did just return to the Slatkin & Co website in early July. That's when I purchased this candle, but they did send me a 2023 pour. And I believe I touched on this in the banana maple pancakes review, but you know, sometimes when you order from the Slatkin & Co website, you might be getting a candle that is a quote unquote newer pour, but sometimes you might be getting an older pour. Hopefully we're getting out of the range, I would say, of getting any candles that were poured in 2022. That was a really bad year for me personally with a lot of HOMEWORX candles, but I am finding that candles that were burned, or not burned, but poured, I would say anytime after May of 2023, I have generally been having success with. And I also touched on this before that a lot of HOMEWORX candles, my experience has been that they do get stronger the longer that they sit. So I'm not mad about having received a candle in 2024 that was poured actually a year ago. So because we are going to talk about the strength and throw. But before I get into that, let's go ahead and just talk about the fragrance in and of itself. I really like this fragrance. I think the name Farmstand Pumpkin is really good for like a title of this candle because this is a very like warm pumpkin type of scent. The pumpkin puree note in here, I do think is accurate to some degree because it does smell, you know, when you're baking a pie, I personally don't go, I mean, I'm not that dedicated to like actually like go and buy a pumpkin and gut it out and bake it. I just go and get like the Libby's mix or whatever, not even the mix, just like the Libby's canned puree. And then, you know, I include the spices and the evaporated milk and all of that kind of stuff. And that is what I would say that this fragrance to me definitely smells more like the like pumpkin pie filling, but it's not overly spiced. My nose does detect the nutmeg, nutmeg probably more than cinnamon, but I think that they actually balance each other out very well. It's not a super spiced pumpkin note to my nose, and there's definitely no there's no crust note. So this isn't a full-on pumpkin pie fragrance, but it does remind me of the filling that would go into a pumpkin pie, but maybe just a warmer take on it, I should say. It's kind of hard for me to describe, but it is a very comforting pumpkin fragrance. I did mention in one of my videos that this fragrance is kind of like HOMEWORX's version of last year. Kringle had a fall reserve fragrance called Great Pumpkin, and I do have that candle in my collection, and I actually just sniffed it before doing this review. And while I don't think that they are the exact same fragrance, nor do I think that they're dupes of each other, I do think that they were going for the same I would say the same vibe. They are definitely just a good, what I would describe this in the best way, generic pumpkin like fall pumpkin type of fragrance. It's a fragrance that's probably going to enhance a lot of other fall candles that you already have in your collection. So like, say for example, if you're wanting a little bit more pumpkin added to, say, you know, like a marshmallow fireside or something, okay, this is gonna complement it. If you've gotten that new Bath & Body Works pumpkin s'mores candle, but you wanted more pumpkin element with it, you can go ahead and add it in there. This candle also blends really nicely with a lot of apple fragrances right now, if you kind of want that pumpkin apple vibe. If you like some of the smokier, maybe you're into some of these like new Halloween scents that are coming about that kind of have like a smoky, spooky vibe, then this candle will go well with that. It's kind of, it's not like vanilla, I always say, is like a little black dress, but this is like the fall version of a little black dress. I feel like it goes really, really nicely with a lot of other fragrances. It's gourmand without being smack you in the face gourmand. I guess that's the best way that I can describe it. I actually really, really like this fragrance. I would caution you though, if you are somebody who does not like nutmeg or spice or cinnamon in here, it is in here. It definitely is. But again, that tonka bean base comes out and balances it out. So that way it doesn't become overly spiced pumpkin to my nose. I really do like the fragrance. I am glad that I purchased it. It is probably one of my favorite pumpkin fragrances that HOMEWORX does offer. Autumn pumpkin has been in the past my #1 from them. But this one I would say is within the top 3 for me personally of HOMEWORX pumpkin fragrances. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance on this candle. So you can see I've got really good wicks here. These are performing quite well for me. I'm not having any issues with pooling out. Nice solid flames. They are not pittering out. They're not falling over. Have I been trimming the wicks on these? If they develop any kind of carbon balls at the end, I do typically start to trim a little bit off of my HOMEWORX candles, but that really has not been an issue with this candle in particular. It's not getting a lot of carbon residue. It's burning very, very cleanly. I'm not getting any kind of sooting. And this candle, I have actually been able to burn longer than the recommended 3 to 4 hour window. This one I've gotten away with burning for up to like 6 hours. It's just performing quite well for me. Strength and throw is also doing very, very well. I would give this one a solid 8, which I have mentioned in other candle reviews that an 8 for me, it doesn't equate to being 80%. An 8 is actually, in my mind, for me personally, a perfect score for a candle for me, because it means that I can smell it. I find it pleasant. It fills up any room that I'm going to put it in. Particularly an 8 means that it fills up my my open concept living room and it throws into the kitchen well, but it's also not so strong that I feel like it's going to offend anybody who's coming into my home who might have some fragrance sensitivities. So yeah, this has been perfect for me, honestly, in terms of performance. It's not smacking me in the face, but it is definitely very pleasant, noticeable. I've actually gotten a lot of compliments on it when people have come into my home, and because it's such a versatile fragrance. Overall, you guys, I give this candle 2 thumbs up. I have been very happy with my experience with it this year, and I'm very happy to see it return to the Slatkin & Co. website. I am a brand ambassador for Slatkin & Co. If you're just new to my channel, please know, and other people could probably comment down below and back me up on this, just because I'm an ambassador for a candle brand, that does not mean that I give them all glowing reviews. I have actually, my personality is not the type that I would like eviscerate a candle brand or a specific candle in my reviews, but if there are critiques or criticisms, I am definitely vocal in that, and I will let you guys know. In fact, there was a candle that was highly anticipated and released last week from HOMEWORX that I told you guys, like, it's not performing quite well for me, and that was a candle that I actually received in PR. So I am always very transparent and honest with you guys. If I feel like a candle is not worth spending my money on, I wouldn't tell you guys to spend your money on it either. But this is one that I would say that if it intrigues you, if you feel like based on this review and other people's reviews, that this is a candle that you would enjoy, then I feel like this is a pretty safe one to go ahead and make a purchase on. I do have a discount code with Slatkin & Co. It is Katie's Joyful Life. It will save you 15% on your orders over $40. I do know that we are working out behind the scenes trying to figure out what's going on, so that way you know, you guys can apply rewards codes and ambassador discount codes with some of the sale items. I know that that has kind of been an issue over the past few months with them, but we are in contact to try to get that resolved. A few ambassadors are doing that behind the scenes, so hopefully we'll get that ironed out. But I do always say this in all of my reviews, I do appreciate when you use my affiliate code, because it is it's a commissionable link, but also at the same time, you guys, I'm like the rest of you guys, save the most money. So if there's a better sale going on that my code cannot stack with, always use the code that you can save the most money with. But like I said, 2 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up button yourself if you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed it. If this is a candle that you have experience with, feel free to comment down below. You guys are always so great about remaining respectful in your comments, and I just really appreciate you guys. So yeah. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me. Feel free to subscribe if you are new to my channel. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.